Hello everybody, Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas. Got a comment on this recent video I posted called "The Ex-Wife Died." That's a picture of Cindy Barton there when we were married in '94. And it's in this video on TikTok called "Ex-Wife Died," okay? This morning I saw this comment, okay, from A Patriot 78, said, "I hear people in my attic also." I can't count the number of people who've told me that. I've literally lost count. It's going on all over the nation. I did a little reply to her to help her out, and here it's easier to read over on Facebook. Here, let me do that real quick. Right here, okay. I said, I figured out that these crimes are going on all over the nation and they're being hidden from the public by our police and press. I first reported people in the attic of my Midland, Texas home in January 2011, and a year later I was shot by somebody under my home with my phone lines cut and burglar alarms going off in the attic. I installed those alarms up there to prove this was happening. The police refused to investigate and called me crazy on the police report. After I returned from the hospital and then crippled for life, I started hearing calls on my police scanner of other homeowners reporting people in the attic, and it was a lot of them. I could tell that the police were doing the same thing to these other crime victims they had done to me. I've suspected it's connected with human trafficking, and with the cost of rent, then it's very profitable. It's not a what if or a could be. I saw a young Hispanic guy in my attic, and I proved they were hacking my security cameras. I believe that most of these rigged homes have a tunnel under them which leads up a wall with a crawl space. This allows them to come and go all they want without being seen. I lived here 2 years before I figured out this was going on. They don't want the homeowners to know this, which is probably why they only steal shelter, heating, and cooling. They don't seem to be stealing items like TV and jewelry. Keep in mind that it's extremely dangerous to try and stop them on your own, especially with the police helping them to break into our homes. I'll be glad to tell you everything that I know, and I 100% believe you have people in the attic. And this video here about the ex-wife that died, she's the one that gave me the clue that my home in Hobbs, New Mexico was rigged before I moved here. And it's going on all over the nation. I'm going to show you a couple facts here. My first report for a burglary here, okay, I'm going to show you here, is right here. Okay, that's in November 9th, 2010. Okay, I moved here 2008. I found a sliding glass door open. Okay, it was Stephen Truex and Anthony Corson. He's now the internal affairs officer, so he reports corrupt police. How do you like that? And right off the bat, they called me crazy. I was a 26, 27-year company man, homeowner, granddad, and I had somebody break in my house, not even in the attic, and they were already calling me crazy. That's what they do to the crime victims. That's how they cover up this organized crime and this racketeering. Our police are doing it. Okay, here's my second call. It was a couple months later, and that was in January 8th, 2011. Okay, that time he can hear noises, so he blocked the attic. Complainant is holding his 9mm in a closet with a shotgun, scared to death. I had criminals breaking into my home. Anthony Corson, once again, he got promoted to be sergeant over internal affairs. So if you report a dirty cop, it goes to him. Okay, Michael Chandler, that's the husband of the secret police, April Chandler. Okay, and then Bradley Alexander, and once again, complainant 1096. That's crazy. Hey, that's the modus operandi right there. I figured out that was a year before I was shot with my phone lines cut and burglar alarms going off the attic. On a year later, January 28, 2012, the nurse timestamped, here it's at 11:27, the nurse timestamps me telling Detective Rosie Rodriguez, there's sirens going off, the alarms are going off. In the closet, there's a voice recorder recording what's happening. I was talking on a white voice recorder in case something happens to me and saying what they're doing in my house. I have proof, just go look, there's proof. I'm telling the police this, okay? I'm telling the police that I got proof I was shot during a home invasion, okay? Detective Rosie Rodriguez, she didn't know the nurse was documenting what she's saying, and she just made made up her own story here. Oh, yeah, I contacted Buddy at the ER. He stated he lives here. He was locking up for the night. He advised me he makes sure all the doors, windows locked up. He knocked his gun over and shot himself. That's what she said, literally. Nothing about the alarms going off. It was recorded on a voice recorder, which they stole. And then the other thing was, Buddy said his phone was not charged, so he went outside and screamed for help. And that was a lie. I never said that. She made that lie up because she was trying to come up with an excuse why I crawled out. The reason I crawled out is because they stole my cell phone before they, and cut my phone lines before they shot me by surprise. Okay. So it gives you an idea of people in the attic. I have burglar alarms going to the attic. This was probably the first other person I heard on the police scanner, and I didn't record it back then, and this was in June 27, 2013, and I'm sure there is a police report for it, and it says about 5 p.m. yesterday, I heard a call on the scanner from the dispatchers to officers concerning a person that sees as intruders in the attic. I sent this email to myself. It's timestamped. It's documented. This female dispatcher stated a possible 1096, which is a mental patient. They did the same thing to him they did to me. The radio said that these people had been breaking this home for about 3 years. This home was at 4619 Story and owned by Harold Klotz, And then I went over there and I talked to him after the fact, and I said, I spoke to Mr. Klotz last night and told me that he rented his home out for a few years, and this is when I suppose it was rigged for covert entry. He mentioned that something was built in the attic that wasn't there before, and he wanted to show me later. He sounded like he had also talked to the sheriff's office concerning this matter without resolution. He was sure that there was more than one intruder, which is the same thing going on at my house. They were also entering into the living area of his home while he wasn't there. He said that the police suggested that he shoot them, but I worried that the police would then lock this man up for telling the truth and trying to protect his property. Okay. As I suspected, there are more homes that these people have rigged so that they can repeatedly break in, thereby terrifying the homeowners and stealing utilities. I strongly suspect that they murder whoever catches onto their crimes, and possibly they murder people just to collect insurance and inheritance. It's appearing more and more that quite a few members of local law enforcement are involved in this racketeering. I sent that email to myself in June 27, 2013. And Mr. Klotz is no longer alive. And ain't that weird? Okay. Here's one of the police scanner calls that I recorded. Okay, I wanted you to hear that right there. This was, I'm going to play it one more time. 1096, that's crazy. Now watch this. And that was the dispatcher that labeled the crime victim as crazy before the police even got there. Okay, here's just some of the homes. This was probably created 5 years ago, of the addresses of people that's contacted me in Midland, Odessa, telling me about people in the attic. Some of them are on the police scanner, and now they encrypted the police scanner so you can no longer listen to it. And I 100% believe that was to cover up this racketeering and organized crime that our police and our press and some of our elected leaders are involved in, and like I said, they're killing people. They're stealing and killing. Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas.